Hey everyone, Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. Sorry I was just a little bit late here. I ended up having some technical difficulties. I'd had my tablet charging so we could do this, and I went to turn it on and it won't come on. Just used it the other day, so I'm not sure what's wrong with it. And I didn't go with my second tablet because I have that set up to show you some samples. So we are going to try my cell phone. Hopefully it holds up for all of this. Sometimes I have issues with it. You may see some cords in the way because I do have it plugged in, because even though it's fully charged, the battery runs out really quickly. So we're going to hope this all goes smoothly here today. But we are back for another Facebook Live sale. Hey guys, hey Kelly, hey Sherry. We'll give everybody just a few minutes to get on here, have some great things to show you. I thought I was going to have a little bit more than I do. I still have plenty of stuff. You can see all the goodies I have here to share with you. Hey Mary. But I was expecting a tailored expressions order, and for some reason it got hung up in delivery. It should have been here yesterday, and the FedEx tracking said weather delay. I'm not sure what weather delay there was. Hey Terry, between Iowa and Kansas City. But regardless, hey there Amy, glad you're on here with us too today. Regardless, that should be here on Monday, and so I'm going to hopefully throw in an extra Facebook Live during the week for you next week. Just watch Facebook, and I will let you know about that. It would be in the evening because I've been working pretty much full-time during the day, so keep an eye on Facebook. I don't know, Kelly. I don't know if we had a little bit of rain on Thursday night. I don't know if they had more rain. I know they had severe weather down south, so I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe that was just their way of saying we forgot about it temporarily. So I don't know. Anyhow, hopefully be here on Monday. It is an amazing release, and I have pretty much, I think, everything coming from it. So watch for that. Like I say, hopefully we'll get to do that. Maybe Tuesday evening, we'll see. I will definitely post it on here, so do that. While we're waiting for some more people to get on, I just wanted to remind everybody, when I got here to the store today, I had this waiting for me. We have a mail slot in our door, so the mailman just puts the mail through there, and this fun envelope and this really great card here from my dear friend Tracy. I'm not sure if she's on here right now or not. A lot of times she joins us on here. And I just wanted to remind everybody, this was such a sweet card, and she had a nice note on the inside. And as card makers, that is one thing that we can do during all of this madness, is send a hug in the form of a card to some of our friends. Hey there, Jan. And just let them know that we're thinking of them. So if you have time, if you're having some time to do some crafting, keep that in mind, and maybe you can send some cards out to people just to let them know that you are thinking of them. All right, so we have a pretty good crowd. Let's just go over real briefly how this is going to work. I'm going to be showing you lots of great new goodies here. If you see something that you want, hey Sherry, you just need to post on here, say sold, and the name of the product that you want. And if you want me to ship it, hey there Rhonda, if you want me to ship your product, then you need to also add the word ship on there. A lot of you have already purchased things through our Facebook Live, and if that's the case, I've got your email address to send you your invoice. Isn't that so cute? Hi Penny, hey Lori. And if you want me to ship it, I should have your shipping address. If you haven't purchased something from us previously on one of our Facebook Lives, you need to go ahead after the video is over. If you have purchased something, hey Tracy, loved my card. After the video is over, go ahead and send me a private message with your email address where I can send the invoice, and if you want me to ship it, then also include your mailing address. So again, you see something you want, comment sold, the name of the product that you want. If you want your item shipped to you, please say ship. Hey Carissa. All right, so let's just jump in there. The first thing I have to share with you is from Picket Fence Studios. They had a new release that just came out this week, And we have a lot of items from that, and I also picked up a few other items. We got lots of stencils in. They've been having some amazing stencils. They have some new ones, and we also got in some of their older ones. So I think what I'm going to do is go through and show you all of the Picket Fence products first, and then I will show you some samples of them. So let's get started. They have some new clear sets that just came out this month. This is the first one, and it is called My Tribe. And you can see here, it's just all the hands there reaching in to the center. They have done some really great samples with this that I will show to you. So this is a clear stamp set. It is maybe about, I don't know if it's quite 4x4, maybe 3x3. It is called My Tribe, and it is $12. This next one is also a $12 clear stamp. It is basically the same size as the previous one. This one is called Say Cheese, and you can see it has all of these animals in here posing for their picture. So this one is called Say Cheese, and it is $12. Next up, we have Wild Wildflowers. And this is a really great one. It's really interesting. It has kind of, yes, I know those are perfect for now. This one has got kind of this a little bit solid center, which you may think looks strange, but we will take a look at some samples. It is really cool. This one is called Wild Wildflowers. It's a great silhouette stamp, and it is $12. All right, there is some of you out there that are going to love this set. There's one of you in particular, I'm not sure if she's on here yet or not, that this set I think was made specifically for her. This is a sentiment set, and it is one of their sassy sets, and it is called Never Faked a Sarcasm. And it is so funny. You can see right there one of the sentiments is, I have never faked a sarcasm in my life. I think your response should be 2 words and 1 finger. You can achieve anything with a little sarcasm and profanity. I love your sarcastic soul. And sarcasm, my love language. So for all you snarky, sarcastic people out there, that is your set. All right, moving on, we have a little bit bigger set. This one is a brand new one, and it is called Fireflies on a Warm Night. And I will tell you that I have one, yep, is that set made for you, Jan, or what? So this set here is called Fireflies on a Warm Night, and I have one that is just the stamp set, and then I also have stamp and die combos. So Fireflies on a Warm Night, this is the stamp set only, and it is $20. You can see you have this jar for capturing your fireflies. We have all of the little fireflies that you can put in your jar, and then you can see that we have a number of different sentiments here. Hello, my firelight. You are a little light of mine. Welcome home. All will be right on this warm summer night. Your light makes all bright. And on a warm summer night, fireflies glow with all their might. The children come here to find their kindred near, for they know a cool breeze will soon appear to steal the flight of the merry light, for fall will be here and all will disappear. I have a feeling that is from a poem, but I don't know what that is from. So this is Fireflies on a Warm Night. Those nights will be here before we know it. The stamp set only is $20. And as I mentioned, I also have a set with the stamp and the coordinating die. The die cuts out the jar and all of the little fireflies, and the stamp and die combo set is $42. I wanted to just point out a couple of stamp sets that I got from Picket Fence in their last release that I still have. We've sold out of a lot of them, but I do still have one more of this set, which is called Walk, Crawl, or Run, that has the great tennis shoes on it, and then also has some really nice sentiments on it as well. This is just a stamp set, and it is $20. It is called Walk, Crawl, or Run. I also still have this little mini sentiment set that is called Every Good and Perfect Gift, and this has some nice kind of a little bit more spiritual sentiments on it. This set is $10, and it is called Every Good and Perfect Gift. And let's move on. This one is also a little bit older set, but it has been very popular. This set is called Seriously Absolutely Always, and it is $15. And it just has a bunch of different funny and fun sentiments. OMG, no, just no. But then it also has some other really nice ones. This one here, you are an absolutely positively amazing human being. So this set is called Seriously Absolutely Always, and it is $15. All right, so this is a new standalone die, and you know what? I meant to see if I could find my sample that we used with their last Terranium die that they had out, which is kind of a triangular die, but this one is a new one. It is called Terranium Vases, and you can see it has kind of, I'm not even sure if that's an octagon, but this nice shape, and I can totally see putting die-cut flowers and things in this, which is what we did with the last one. This is the Terranium Vases die, and it is $15. All right, so now we are going to move into a bunch of stencils from Picket Fence. Some of them are brand new, and some of them are a little bit older. I'm going to start out with some of the older ones first. This one we still have, which is the Funky Leaves stencil. And I just want to remind you how amazing these stencils are to use with the paper glazes from Picket Fence, which just came out a month or so ago. Here is a sample that I did with some of their paper glaze, and this stencil, I did it on black. You can see how shimmery and pearlized the paper glazes are. I also love it because it's really flexible. Some of them are a lot stiffer, and if you try and bend them, they will crack, and this is really flexible. It's also really fun to use it on glitter cardstock. This is the paper glaze, which is kind of the, what I would term the background on here, and then you can see the glittery leaves, and that's from the glitter paper that we have underneath there. Also want to remind you that you don't have to use paper glazes with stencils. I showed this to you last week. This was just a piece of black cardstock, and I just used a makeup sponge and applied, I actually did 2 light coats of the paper glaze on this. And then I came in with one of the 3D embossing folders. This one is the Geometric Lattice embossing folder, and emboss that. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the paper glazes other than just use them with a stencil. Let me just show you really quickly the colors of paper glazes that I still have in stock. These are all $7 a jar, and remember they all are pearlized. This one is the Black Pansy. It would be great. We have the onyx glitter paper, and that would be so amazing to use the black on the onyx glitter paper. This one is called Snowdrop White. Look at that nice pearlescent sheen it has. We have the Daffodil Yellow. We have Fern Green, which has a wonderful kind of golden shimmer to it. This really pretty bright cornflower blue. We have Golden Rose, gorgeous color. We have Leaf Green, which I believe is the color that I used on here, was the Leaf Green. We have Agapanthus Purple, perfect for you, Miss Penny. We have, this one is the Succulent Green, which is a little bit more of a blue green. And I also want to point out, also great with stencils, are glitter gels. These are the Gina K glitter gels. We have a few of those in stock. This is just the gold. These are $8 a jar. We also have the lavender, and we have the iridescent. And I might tell you, iridescent is really great to do some ink blending with your stencils and then apply this over it, so you can get lots of shimmery colors by using the iridescent. So those are all great things to use with the stencils. So let's go ahead and let's show you some more of the stencils that we have in. We did get back in the Fancy Flourishes stencil. This is a really wonderful detailed stencil. We also have this fun Artsy Sun stencil. It also has the round mask for the center of it. And then these are all picket fence stencils we have not had in before. Some of them are brand new and some are a little bit older, but I was just been having so much fun with stencils that I wanted to get them in. Most of the picket fence stencils are $7. The Artsy Sun stencil is a little smaller, so it is $6. So this next one we have is called Basket Weave. That would be a really fun one to do some ink blending with. This one is a great one here, and it doesn't look like a lot, but wait till I show you some of the things that they've done with it to make really great backgrounds. This one is called Fairy Wings. Again, it is $7. Then this one, don't know if you're going to be doing any graduation cards. I know all those plans are still up in the air. I have a niece that is graduating from middle school, and we're hoping she gets to have a graduation. But this would be a great background for graduation cards, but really for so many other things. This one is just called Stars. It has all the different sizes of stars scattered over it. The Stars stencil is $7. Then we have this fun one. It is called Knots Scales. And this has a really fun repeating pattern on it. You can see how it looks like they're interlocking there. And then this one may be my favorite background stencil. This one is amazing. It is called Flowers. Such a great pattern. They have so many samples with this one. So this is the Flowers stencil for $7. And finally, this one is a little bit different, but I think this is an amazing stencil. And I'm going to show you two here. First, this one's all kind of still nice and put together. This one is called Layers of Clouds. And you have so many different ways you can use this to create cloud backgrounds. If you kind of look here, you have this centerpiece that comes out that has the cloud pattern on the top, and it also has the cloud pattern on the bottom. You also have the negative space that you can use. You have some little clouds on the inside, as well as the cloud mask that go with that as well. Yeah, you guys like that Flowers. I thought that one was really fun. So this one, I just think this one is so great for creating cloud backgrounds. That one is the Layers of Clouds, and it is $7. So let me come through here and show you on my tablet that is working. And hopefully this bar at the bottom won't get in the way. It kind of helps it stay upright. So this here is the Fancy Flourishes stencil. You can see how beautifully detailed that is, and you can see there they've used that with some of the paper glazes to create those backgrounds. Doesn't seem like you need any encouragement to go with the flowers background, but here is a fun one just done, looks like maybe with the daffodil yellow paper glaze, and there you've got the Sarcasm stamp set on there. And here is a fun, it looks like they've done an ink blended background here. That one may be with some of the purple paper glaze. I love this one where they just did it on part of the background and kind of faded it out. I think that is a really nice look. And here's one where they did a number of different colors of the paper glaze. So you can see why I liked that one so much. All right. Here is the Knots Scales stencil, and you can see that that makes a really nice background. That one there looks like they use some different kinds. I'm not sure if those are pastels or what those are for that background. You could also do ink blending. And here they just did a solid color for the background of this card. So that is with the Knots Scales stencil. Here is a fun, this would make a great graduation card, this fun shaker card here with the Stars stencil and some of that golden rose paper glaze. And that one is a really great background. It looks like they did an ink blended background and then used some of the Black Pansy paper glaze to do the stars on that. There's another fun background, and I wanted to show you here because they've used it with the fireflies on a warm night set to create that fun background. Yep, 4th of July too, that is coming up. It would be great for that as well. There is that same sample with the fireflies, And here is another one where they have the fireflies all buzzing around and glowing both inside and outside of the jar. And love this one. I love how they have those fireflies glowing on this one. Looks like just doing some coloring, they were able to get that beautiful glow on their fireflies. There, I think we've actually sold out of this one, but if I have sold out and you still want it, go ahead and comment sold, and I'll contact you and find out if you want me to order it for you. This one is the My Tribe stamp, and here is a really fun card using the Sage cheese. And there's just a simple one. If you're not big time into coloring, it can shows that you don't have to. Looks like on the card on the left, they've actually done a little bit of masking and stamped it repeatedly and just did a little bit of coloring. And on this one here, they just went strictly with black and white. So even if you don't like to color, don't discount some of these. Of course, if you do like to color, then you can do something fabulous like this here. And that is with the Sage Cheese stamp set. Wild Wildflowers. So there it is with that flowers background stencil and then just stamped over the top of it. But here, I love how they've done here. It looks like they've created a background and white embossed and then put a sentiment over the center of it. And here's another one. It's great. It looks like they did a resist. They white embossed and maybe did a watercolor background. And then I love how they have, it looks like probably a die cut sentiment on that vellum overlay panel. So that is the Wild Wildflowers stamp set. Oops, I forgot to bring up my samples. Let me get them up here. This is the Fairy Wings stencil. And I love here how they've done a couple different colors, but it looks like they've come in maybe with some stickles or some Nuvo drops and added that little dot at the bottom of each fairy wing. That is not, the little dot is not on the stencil, but I like how they dressed it up and added that to it. Here is just a simple background. Don't know if you can see it. It looks like they've done it in a dark color, and then they have moved the stencil and done it in a paler color, maybe a light blue or a white. And this shows you that a little bit better, where they've done it in one color and shifted their stencil and done a second color. So that is the Fairy Wing stencil. And ooh, how fabulous is this one? This is the Basket Weave stencil. That is amazing. I love how they've used the black and the gold and the gray, and they faded that out down there at the bottom. So that is the Basket Weave stencil. And here they've just done it on a little strip on their card. So that is another idea to do. And here they've used it as a great background on their card. Looks like maybe with some of the paper glaze. And then finally, wanted to show you some with the layers of clouds. This is an older stencil, so here you can see they have used it on a Halloween card. And look at this background. How amazing is that with that layers of clouds? All those subtle different layers of clouds to create that background. So that is the Layers of Clouds stencil. And the last thing I wanted to show you is some samples with the Fancy Flourishes stencil and the paper glazes on glitter cardstock. This is the Snowdrop White on the white glitter cardstock. You can see it up close, how elegant that is. There is the Daffodil Yellow, and this is all using the Fancy Flourishes stencil. So, and there's with the leaf stencil. So, anyhow, you can see how amazing those paper glazes are. They are really a lot of fun. Okay, so it looks like you guys are doing great commenting on here. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. But let's jump on to some more new things. So we are done now with Picket Fence, and let's move on to some other goodies. You might recall, I think a couple of Saturdays ago, I had gotten in some of the new line from Craft Consortium, their latest line, which was Cottage Garden. And we sold out, I think, of pretty much all of that very quickly. I got a couple of things back in, plus I have 2 new things that I did not have the first time. So this is the Cottage Garden 6x6 paper pad. It is $10. If you haven't seen these papers before, they are fabulous. I love it on your inside covers here. You have these elements that you can cut out if you want to on both the front and the back inside colors. And then you can see you get, I believe you get 40, you get 40 double-sided pages in here. And these are just really nice quality papers. Love that green wood grain and the little bees there. So we did get the 6x6 paper pad back in. For those of you that had ordered it and didn't have it yet, I have yours, and I still have one. We also got in the Cottage Garden pearls, these great self-adhesive pearls. There are 80 of them, and the colors all coordinate with the colors in the Cottage Garden paper. And then the new items that we got in, there were 3 stamp sets that we got in last time, but this is a new stamp set that is part of this line. This one is called Green Fingers, and it is only $7 for this clear stamp set. And you can see you get the bunny out gardening. He is tending to the wisteria there. We have a little fence. We have some little critters. We have a bee. We have the word bloom. We have the gardening spade. Here we have the little gardening fork digging in the garden. The birds are helping out there. Here we have the cute little girl mouse with her little bucket of flowers. And finally we have a sentiment that says grown with love. So this is the Green Fingers stamp set, and it is $7. And we also got in the Cottage Garden wooden shapes. These are actually wood, so they are a little bit three-dimensional, you can see there. And they have the nice images on the front. It is only $5 for this set of wooden shapes, and you can kind of see there what you have. We have the little gardening shed. We have the fence. We've got the little birdhouse. I think actually a lot of them are similar to some of the little items that we have in the cut-aparts on the paper pad. So there you can see the little potting shed. So that is the Cottage Garden wooden shapes, and they are $5. All right, guys, we are in the home stretch, and my phone is still holding out, so that is good. Pretty much every week I have had some of the Creative Expressions edger dies to share with you. Of course, I have been showing you the samples from some of the fairy dies that we had done in a class last year, and how great these dies are because they're nice silhouettes, and all you have to do is create a pretty background and layer them on, and you have a gorgeous card. I don't have any of the fairies in stock right now. I can order them, so if you see one of the fairies you would like me to order, just let me know. This one I think is the Luna Fairy and has been very popular. But I wanted to show you these samples to give you an idea of what you can do with these dies. Here's another one we did some ink blending. This was a fun background we did with some water-soluble inks and bubble wrap. And finally, you can even go really simple and just use it on some pattern paper. This was just some wood grain paper that we put that on. So I still have, one of them is not new, but I still have some of the Perfect Pansy edger die, and so I wanted to be sure and let you know that I have that one. But I have some brand new ones. I don't think they're brand new, but I have not had these before, and they are so cute, and I think that you are going to love them. These are all little mouse edger dies, and they are adorable. So you need to pay attention to the name because they all have mice in them, and if you want one, you need to be sure and tell me the correct one that you want. So the first one that we have here is the Harvest Mouse. All of these mouse edger dies I'm going to show you are all $22. Lynette, the fairy dies range in price, I think, from $20 to $24. They're all right around in that range. So this is the Harvest Mouse edger, and I know we're not really coming up on harvest time, but I don't think this looks too fallish. You see there the cute little mouse and the dragonfly, and that, yeah, that may be kind of some little wheat heads, but you have the little bunch of little flowers down there. along with the mouse and the dragonfly. And this one is the Harvest Mouse Edger. Next up, we have the Toadstool Mouse. He is also 22. And you can see we have this cute little mouse peeking over the toadstool with some more of the toadstools down there at the bottom. This is the Toadstool Mouse Edger die, and it is $22. Next up, we have the Party Mouse. And you can see this would be great for birthdays or other celebrations. He's holding the little balloon there, and you can see a little party popper down here and some confetti. This is the Party Mouse Edger die, and this one is $22 as well. And finally, we have the Winged Mouse, and this is a little fairy mouse. Looks like he is standing on a little daisy or coneflower maybe. This is the Winged Mouse Edger die, and this is also $22. And I have some really great samples. Obviously, I showed you some ideas, simple ideas of what you can do with these Edger dies. But if you want to get a little bit fancier, wait until you see what some of the people have done. So let's see if we can get rid of the glare here. Get positioned between the lights. So this is the Toadstool Mouse. This is a fairly simple one. Now this is actually, at the bottom, this is a horizontal Edger die, which I did not get any of those, but those are available. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know about that. But on the left there, you can see the Toadstool Mouse. All right, take a look at this. This is a multifold card, and they have used multiples of these. On the very left there, I think, is the Harvest Mouse, and then the next one is the Toadstool Mouse, and then we have the Winged Mouse, and then finally is the Horizontal Mouse, which I did not get, but is available. So if you want to get a little bit more involved, that is for you. Truthfully, probably isn't quite as difficult as it looks. You just have to figure out your folds and then do your cuts and do your folds. So it's mostly just figuring out where you need to do your scoring and folding on that. Here is another cute little one with the Toadstool Mouse. And look at this one. This one is a great one as well. We've got on the right, we have the Harvest Mouse, and on the left, the Toadstool Mouse. And once again, should have gotten that little guy that goes across because these are really great samples here. All right, just a few more things to share with you. I have some Wendy Vecchi and a few Tim Holtz products that came in. We did get back in both the 7-inch Make Art Station as well as the Perfect Stamp Positioner. So we have both of those back in stock, and if you're not familiar with those, this is actually the larger version of the Make Art Station. This is the 12-inch version. The 7-inch version is just the same, except that it's smaller. So in addition to this gridded metal surface that you get, it also comes with the thin, flexible, magnetized ruler. And it also comes with 4 of these magnets that they are really nice and strong, but they're easy to pick up. Even if you get them stuck together, they're easy to get apart. So they are really great magnets. So the 7-inch Make Art Station is just the same, but smaller. And then this is the Perfect Stamp Positioner. And this is great if you still have some of the old wood-mounted stamps that you can't use in your MISTI or stamp positioner, or maybe you don't have a stamp positioner. This is like the, I guess I'd call them old-fashioned stamp positioners. You have your L piece here, and then you have your clear piece that you do your stamping on. But what is great about this is that this has magnets built into it. It works great on the Make Art Station. I want to tell you, it doesn't work in the MISTI. There's something, whatever the magnetic surface is in the MISTI, It doesn't work really well with these magnets here, like it does with the MISTI magnets, but any kind of metal this will work on. But it's really great because the problem with the original stamp positioners was that it was easy for them to move around, and this one, because of the magnets in it, stays in place. So this is really great for anytime you need to use a stamp positioner. And even though we have our MISTIs and love them, there are still times when really a stamp positioner is what you need. Hey there, Mary. And not your MISTI. So we do have those back in stock. Just a couple of other things that we have. I did get more of the Decor Frames big dies from Tim Holtz. This is one of their steel rule dies, so that you can use this to cut out heavier materials, chipboards, and things like that. Some really great, two really great, nicely detailed frames in here. I think you could probably even cut out some really thin metal with that. We also got back in the 2-pack of Distress embossing pens, and these are perfect with your regular embossing powder, but they are also great with your new Distress embossing glazes. And we did get in the Tattered Rose. We had sold out of that color, and we do have that in stock. Let me just show you real quickly what you can do with the Distress embossing glazes, and then I do have some other colors, so I will maybe go and show you what other colors that I have. So this is a sample with the Tattered Rose Distress embossing glaze. Hey Katie, you certainly can. And you can see that it's different than regular embossing powders in that it is translucent. It has the color to it, but you can still see what's underneath it. So you can see in the background the stamped tag, and they have embossed that with the Tattered Rose. And this is one of Tim's paper dolls, and he has used the embossing pens to color in the areas he wanted to add the embossing glaze to, and then added that. It works just like regular embossing powder, but again, it has that transparency to it when it sets up. So this is the Tattered Rose, and because I do still have some of the other colors, and I think we're doing pretty well on time here today, let me just come up here and share with you the other colors that we have, or that we still have in stock. So we have got Antique Linen, which is pretty much the palest distress color. We also have Fired Brick. We have Fossilized Amber. Happy birthday, Katie. This one is, I'm pretty sure, oh, that's Hickory Smoke, so that is the gray color. This one is Rusty Hinge, one of my favorite distress colors. Then we have Vintage Photo, one of the original classic distress colors. And finally, we have Walnut Stain. So, unless anyone has questions or anything else they want to see, I think that's going to do it for today. I will stay on here for just a couple more minutes in case you have questions. I may have missed some questions. I know I missed somebody last week, I think, asked me the same question 3 times, and I missed it every time. I did go back and answer her later, but so if you have a question that I haven't answered, go ahead and ask it again now. We'll just go ahead and talk through the procedures again. If there was something that you saw on here that you would like to purchase, go ahead and comment sold on this video, the name of the product or products that you want, and if you want me to ship them, also comment ship. And then what you need to do, if you haven't already purchased something from me on one of our Facebook Lives, after the video is over, you need to go ahead and send me a message. Just go to our Facebook page and click on the send message. That will be a private message so that it won't be visible to everyone. And you can send me your email address. I will send you a PayPal invoice. Don't worry, if you don't have a PayPal account, it's not required. You'll have an opportunity to just pay with your debit or credit card. If you ask me to ship your products to you, then please go ahead and also send me your mailing address. If you're not sure if I have it or not, then sure, go ahead and send me another message. If you're having trouble sending me a message, then feel free to send me an email. Yes, I will go over those in just a minute here, Sina. You can send me an email, which is jen@inkpaperrubber.com. So if you, Messenger is preferred, but if you're having trouble, send me an email. And hopefully I will not lose my internet tomorrow, and I will be able to get all of the invoices sent out to everyone, and then early in the week can go ahead and ship to anybody that has products they want shipped. After the video, I will go through here and make a list, and if you asked for something that someone beat you to and I am sold out of, I will reply back to you and ask you if you want me to order it or not. Since these are all new items, they are all things that I should be able to order. I did notice on the Picket Fence site there's a couple of items that were out of stock, so it might take a little bit longer, but you'll have the choice of if you want me to order it or you can pass. So anyhow, if you have any questions, just message me and ask away. So, paper glaze colors. And I want to go over again and be sure that you understand that the paper glaze are not glitter. I do have the Gina K glitters, and I'll show you those as well. What we did is we have used the paper glazes on glitter paper. This is just some of the glitter paper that we carry. So the really glittery leaves that you see there, the outline of the leaves is coming from the glitter paper. The paper glaze has a really nice pearlescent sheen to it. So you can see that there, how nice and pearly it is. And this is also, unfortunately, I'm out of this color. This is the Ocean Poppy. So if you want that color, I would have to order that in. So this is just using some of the paper glazes on some cardstock. So the colors that we have in the paper glaze, these are all $7 a jar. We have the Daffodil Yellow. We have the Snowdrop White, the Black Pansy, that's the one they used with the Stars stencil. There is also the Fern Green that has this beautiful little gold shimmer to it. Must have some gold mica in it. We have the Golden Rose, that also would be great with the stars. There is Cornflower Blue, Succulent Green, which is a really nice blue-green. It's not quite as tealy as the Ocean Poppy. It's a little more green, but still a really beautiful color. The Leaf Green, which is the color that I have used there, and the Agapanthus Purple. So those are the Picket Fence paper glaze colors I have in stock. There are more. I think there's a total of 15 colors, so I can order additional colors. And then, as I mentioned, I also have a few of the Gina K Glitz glitter gels in stock, and these are very glittery, as you can see with that, and are great to use with stencils. These are $8 a jar. I have the gold. I have lavender, a really nice pinky purple. And then I also have the iridescent. And as I mentioned, if you do an ink blended background with your stencil, and then you can apply this through the stencil, and your ink colors will show through, but they will be nice and glittery. So that is the iridescent glitter gel. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? I'll hang out for just a minute here to make sure that we got all of your questions answered. And if I missed something, go ahead and you can go back and rewatch the video, and you can still comment on it even after we stop here. And I just go back and read through all of your comments in order, and I will answer any questions you have and get back to you as soon as I can. All right, I think that's going to do it. Like I say, if you have another question I missed, just go ahead and comment and I will reply on the video. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and remember, hopefully Tailored Expressions maybe Tuesday night, depends if it does come on Monday and how quickly I can get it set up, but I will post here on Facebook and let you know the date and time as soon as I decide. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of this beautiful weekend weather, and sounds like it's going to be a little while longer before we can see you, so we'll just stay in touch here on Facebook. Thanks everybody. Goodbye.